We got less than 10 megabytes per second for upload download speed.
I'm live. That's what it says.
Don't lie to us.
Oh, we're live. Heck yeah. Welcome back to another Game Discussions. I'm Emery Cuzzy. I'm sitting here with Cameron Selby, and we appreciate everybody that's in the chat hanging out with us, waiting on us to get live. You know how it goes in here. Today it's Edge. We switched over from Google to Edge, and Edge is working.
Edge is the
So
move.
Edge is the move today. Football is back tonight.
It's August Eve. There's training camp. There's trade requests. There's a Hall of Fame game that no one cares about except for the props going over for the 20 whatever rushing or passing yards that you selected. It's a whole thing, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Let's get into a draft though. Considering, give us a time, Cam. I'm gonna get to the event.
All right. So if you're new to this, essentially go at the top of the minute. So right now, if be 7:09, we'll give it about a minute and a half
7:09.
because I saw some people drop off. So in case anybody is joining late, what are we going to be doing first?
Yeah, in that 1.5, and I have, I don't know how many I have left. Let's check because I should have I think I got like 11 left. So been trying to save these as much as possible so we can use them because Cam has maxed out his. He's got 20 of them in there.
I've been going ham the last couple of days or a couple of weeks rather.
Dustin, are you going to be in this draft with us? I see Dustin. I see 4 other people.
Yeah. So like I said, 7:09, top of the minute is when we'll jump into the $3.20 max.
7:09. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Dustin is our number one on our fan list right now with 75 XP. He's beating Taylor out right now. She's in second. No one else on here yet, but Dustin's got it.
Hopefully we can trickle in and we'll do a couple of best ball drafts. Probably do a $20 on the second go around.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of movement going on in terms of the ranks and stuff like that, especially with a week's worth of news to either speculate or discuss. And then obviously, most notably on the drive over here, Terry McLaurin requesting a trade. That's why he has a big old out on his little name tag.
Going.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. As soon as because there was rumors that he wanted a deal rivaling DK Metcalf, which a lot of people kind of acknowledge and understand that he was overpaid. And with Pittsburgh not only trading a second round pick for him, but investing $33 a year for him just did not make a ton of sense. Terry wanted something similar. And then as soon as Courtland Sutton, who I would probably put in a similar tier, doesn't matter who you want to say is better or worse, he only got 23. And I had a sneaky feeling that this was not going to end well. And who knows, they could work something out, next week or two. But for the time being, he requested a trade. And so that'll be the talk of the town, especially in this platform that we've got going on.
I think since Courtland got that 23, it really messes up Terry's, like you were saying,
100%.
Probably a guy that's probably around like 27, 28. But I don't think he's going to get, of course, I don't think he's going to be getting anything near 33.
Right.
Dustin gets the middle of the draft at 7. 12 isn't terrible, 12. So I'm okay with 12. There's some guys I want to get to. Might need some to fall actually.
Well, I mean, last week we saw Brock Bowers get picked both of the drafts in the first round.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's kind of gone up and down. But G&T, Collins, BTJ, Neighbors, Puka, like them all. So usually when you're at the 1-2 turn, you basically get your grunt to the litter. Sometimes you just gotta mix it up. I'm not a big advocate of just getting 12% here, 12% there,
right?
Just sprinkling that low. But with that specific draft range, when there's like 8 guys that I just wouldn't mind being on my team, I want at least 10% of all of them.
Yeah.
And try to find a way to get there. And if I don't, then we'll just kind of see what happens.
Dustin, I need you to keep me updated on the game while as we go through because we aren't watching. Tell us about some of our favorite players.
Marion Hampton is the big one.
Yeah.
He is a big riser. We were talking, obviously, the Najee news over the last couple of weeks, nearly a month since July 4th when he had the eye thing. He has not been practicing. There's no timetable for a return. And as a result, Marion's getting all the run with the ones, a lot of praise, and has vaulted up to the 31st overall. I saw him in 2 different drafts over the last 2 days go in the second round. And that's exactly where we were asking and speculating last week of like how high would you be willing to go if you knew Najee wasn't in the fold, and that's where he's already creeping up to. So it's kind of one of those things that we got roughly 20% throughout this process so far, and it feels like we might have still been a little bit light because it's going to be hard to just
now it's hard to get him.
keep
Yeah.
pressing.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier when we asked the question, where should he be? Without Najee on the team, he's in the like early second round, mid second round. So if we could say that Najee wasn't going to come back, which obviously he will be coming back.
Right.
Number 8 and number 9. That is correct, Taylor. Thank you. Trey Harris also. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Trey Harris is another receiver that we really liked, was in our top 50, right?
Yeah, I think he was right. Yeah, right at 50.
Either way, he kind of fell into the Chargers' laps once again. And with Mike Williams retiring, Quentin Johnston keeps dropping passes. It is just basically wide open for just any kind of volume, but it is a low passing volume offense. So a little bit of grain of salt, but he's cheap enough to where it's worth the dart throw on a couple of wide receiver 5.
Yeah. And also when you're just talking about the team, KLS was getting a lot of praise also. So he might be a guy that you might get late.
20th rounder. It didn't go that way in this draft, but another interesting thing is Bijan has now overtaken as the ADP RB1 on both platforms, Underdog and now DraftKings. Obviously, he is going off the board, not first in this one, but I think that's very interesting. And, I kind of flirted with the idea of putting him there, but if everybody is starting to feed that way, it's just like, I don't want to just be late to the party for something that I'm happy with. If you get Saquon, you get Bijan, you get CMC, you get Jameer, you're going to be freaking happy. It doesn't really matter. The margins are razor thin for the tier 1 running backs.
Yeah, and Trey Harris was ranked 54th, and he got picked 55th. So that was pretty good.
Good value.
Yeah, solid value. Sometimes we're on, and sometimes we're not. I mean, you can talk about Shadur and everybody else being off also, but
yeah,
nothing weird yet.
Of the first round, the only notable news, other than just ADPs kind of flipping back and forth, is Justin Jefferson's going to miss a week, and he's going to be week to week with a hamstring type or strain. Make it that what you will. We have over a month until kickoff, but maybe that'll force him to go consistently behind CD Lamb now, which is actually how we have them ranked prior to even finding out about that news.
Apparently, the Lions fumbled the opening kickoff. That's funny. That's
old Lions.
That's good stuff. Is that for real? Dustin, are you lying to me?
Well, Disley is playing. That's what we were at. We were wondering. Gadsden, the tight end, is also getting a lot of praise, and
he's a receiving type, so he might get some run.
But you just never know how overblown it is. Is he just Stone Smart, where Stone Smart's the receiving tight end? Yes, but he only gets 1 target a game, or is it actually going to be a relevant role? All right, so
we're going to go GNT.
Feels like GNT is the move. The interesting thing is, like, I haven't been getting a lot of neighbors unless I went boom, boom, receiver on the 1-2 turn. Do you feel comfortable with him as a wide receiver 1, or would you rather go BTJ?
I like BTJ more.
All right.
For sure.
I'd say let's do it then.
I just think there's a better offense there.
For sure.
And not as hard of a schedule. I mean, like
at this point, the equity, it clearly sides with Brian Thomas. And obviously, Malik Neighbors will get all the targets and touches he can handle, hopefully. He actually is one outside the top 14. That's pretty good. 1-2 for Ted Rowe, 84. But yeah, it's one of those weird things. Again, bottom 5 projected scoring offenses. There has not been a top 6 wide receiver, I believe, recorded from a PPR total. He was the outlier last year where he was going like wide receiver 8 or 9, and then he finished as wide receiver 7. But that is not like the new norm. That is a complete outlier. And on top of that, if he is already starting out as wide receiver 6 or 7 in most people's rankings, there's not a lot of trend of him just, he's going to for sure be a safe option to be a top 5 receiver.
Good job, Dustin. Like your start. Yeah, I agree with you. Neighbors doesn't have a lot of wiggle room is the problem. Like you're saying, you're not going to, I just don't see him being able to be the wide receiver 1, like some people would like to say, without the touchdown equity. And there's just not a lot of it there.
Right. And it's purely just when you're first round and you're picking the wide receiver 1, I want to go for upside. And with him, just because he could very well have 110 for 1,400 and 3 touchdowns. And if that happens, Brian Thomas, who scores 10 touchdowns last year, will outscore him, most likely if he does stay healthy.
Yeah, he could have way less. Well, he'll have less receptions most likely.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not really. I mean, they did add a second receiver that's going to improve. They got rid of Evan Ingram, which is interesting that he was like one of the highest. He was one of the highest targeted tight ends a couple years ago for them.
Yeah, just a lot of volume, not a lot of yak
Yeah.
or touchdown equity with him. But apparently, Britton Strange is having a pretty good camp as well, which it's not like he was having a ton of competition to battle for
Right.
that number 2 spot. Another interesting tidbit is I suggested weeks back that hey, maybe the trend in when you're at the 1-2 turn and you have the highly interesting week 17 stack between Arizona and Cincinnati, instead of doing T Higgins and Chase, which is what everybody was doing, do the Chase Brown chase and go with your pick of the Cardinals, whether it's Trey or Marvin Harrison. Well, now Chase has jumped into the second round. His ADP is 23rd. So he's right there as the person might just go triple Cincinnati.
Why not, right?
The other thing is just still Burrow's right on the opposite side of ADP. So you either have to reach or fall on him. He's just, I don't know what the point of that was. Going with Chase Higgins and then going Josh Allen. It's pretty interesting. But
there's Chase. Okay, so we got a
hero RB.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anything crazy going on in the first 2 rounds. Now, kind of starting the gate, pretty interesting.
Yeah, true robust over there. Unless they go another running back, then they just don't know what we're doing here. Disley touchdown. Okay.
Very fun.
That just happened because I haven't gotten the update on my side.
I know. He's got the signal, the service, and he's got the eyes on the game.
Apparently.
But you're on the clock.
On
so
fourth,
don't be too distracted.
On fourth down. It was a fourth down touchdown to Will Disley for 5 yards. And then Cameron Dicker gets the extra point.
What a
Martin Hampton could not get in.
Fun start for you, sir.
Jesus.
That's a fantastic start.
That's why we like being in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real reason.
Which Marvin, he's kind of started to creep into the top 30 as well. It's like him and McBride are like trending towards swapping as the first Cardinal off the board.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We'll see what happens with us.
Breece Hall
looks like we're gonna have a lot of fun to pick from still, which is awesome to hear. I kind of want it to go a certain way, but we'll see how it goes.
Come on.
Okay, so I think Kittle is one.
Yeah.
And the question is whether or not you want your top 2 receivers and your first running back to have a week 8 bye, or would you rather pivot to Worthy having a week 10 bye, or
I'm okay with Worthy.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go San Fran.
Because JSN is above
Worthy
in the rankings, but kind of similar to Malik Neighbors versus BTJ. Worthy had 9 touchdowns on limited work last year, or basically only a second half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
110 receptions and have 5 touchdowns coming from Sam Darnold.
So yep, exactly.
We are getting all the touchdowns right now for all those teams, which is awesome to think about right now.
And George Kittle. Don't forget about George Kittle.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that guy's going to have.
We could have the leading touchdown scorer for all 4 teams on the same team so far.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is big because. Marion went at 29 too.
Yeah, his ADP is all the way to 31, and it's trending even further than that. So I'm still fine taking him early third if you wanted to. If you missed out and there was a run of running backs at the 2-3 turn,
like there was in this,
but
draft.
It's not like hey, I'm hammering him. Kind of like similar to like George Kittle is still kind of at the 3-4 turn. He hasn't really risen. So if we're gonna just follow it, he's gonna fall into the lap. Just keep on clicking him.
We got Dustin. See it. I wonder who's up there.
Kenneth Walker actually went before him.
Yeah,
which he's trending
to Dustin.
Oh,
Dustin went with him.
That's fun.
Yeah. What's up, Jeremy?
I would probably with that running back room be probably set for a while though. Just bang out some receivers and tight ends and.
I like how balanced we are though.
Right.
I think I'd like Dustin's team more if you went JSN there, but I'm not against Kenneth Walker. I just think it's starting to get too early.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing is like he was on our ADP 1.0 loves list,
Mhm.
and that was when he's going in the middle of the fifth round in best ball, and then now we're doing redraft platforms, and he's starting in the mid to late fourth round,
Mhm.
which sure, but I'm not in love with him.
double
That
quarterback.
was you're wasting talent.
Went double quarterback, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's going to do at running back because if he doesn't go Chuba or Kamara here, he is going to have the runs.
he went and reached Travis Hunter.
Yeah, which that wasn't a reach, a month ago. Now
No, I
he's
would
fallen
have.
all the
Yeah,
way to
465.
we thought we had a chance at doing a double stack, and
Apparently not.
that was too far fetched for this this draft. What is up, Jeremy? You ready to do another $20 draft after this, sir? Kind of react to all these ADPs flipping and flopping.
Yeah. Some of the guys, the rookies that we've been talking about, Josh Simmons, who we had at 6th overall, he is now won the starting job already for the Kansas City Chiefs because he's that guy. And a lot of people were crazy to have him in like the early 30s and stuff. But he's got the job. Omarion Hampton's playing tonight, so we've been trying to watch a little or talk about him a little bit. Trey Harris is playing tonight. Who else is on this list that we need to speculate on? None of these other guys, really. Yeah.
Troy's basically resting everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Like Sione Vaki had the
starting role.
So.
The safety turned running back turned safety. He honestly, I think his better position when he came out of college was safety. I don't know why they wanted to play him running back.
Who knows? But
a run on receivers.
We have a receiver turned running back that we've been hammering this year, and he's getting all the praise in the world right now for Kansas City. And so I feel pretty good about that one.
Yep. I hope that he is the true third down back for them because they love third down backs. Last week I was out of town, tried to follow chat and draft on one device, did the best I could. Oh, no worries. We appreciate you trying to be here. Hang out with us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in football season officially. There are points on the scoreboard of a NFL game. I know it's preseason, but it doesn't matter. I'll still pick some props tonight.
Well, what did you pick tonight? Just wondering.
I picked Omarion Hampton. I got him at a value of 17.5 yards. Okay. And he was, when I last saw, was at 22.5. I don't know if he'll get there because I don't know how much he's going to play. Let's see.
Rome and DeAndre.
Let's go.
Okay, but then they're on the same team.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we just got to target Caleb.
Guess so.
But it's either that or
Jacoby, I guess, and we could target Gino.
Yeah.
Not as much fun.
It's not. Yeah, that's not fun.
Just saying, it's there. It's there.
It's so hard to rank. Like we're about to start recording our final rankings next week, and the quarterback range from 15 to 25 is the hardest I can remember because it's just there's veterans, there's guys with rushing upside that you can obviously make an argument for every single guy, and just outside of our top 25 is like a Michael Penix, who I could see being a top 15 option because he's going to be with a bunch of potent options, and all it takes is Kyle Pitts to not be dog shit for him to be a relevant quarterback.
Sure. Looks like Craig Reynolds got the start.
Craig Reynolds.
Okay. Yeah, which makes sense. He's the third running back for them. But they fumbled on the kickoff, and then they got -4 yards on the first drive and punted. So they're playing terribly.
Well, all right.
Kyle Allen started for them. I think we thought it was Hendon Hooker.
Allen started?
Kyle Allen started.
Interesting.
That's what it looks like.
Well, I mean, Hendon Hooker was like the second most popular pick. So maybe he wasn't going to start, but he'll play the second and the third.
Right.
Who knows? Who really cares? It's all good, man.
7 running backs in those 10 picks there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a very interesting, 7 straight receivers. Then basically all the next tier running backs go off the board within 10 picks.
Aggie legend Kyle Allen. Absolutely, Dustin. Every time we talk about the Aggies, I kind of I'm like, Dustin knows a lot about it. Like, it's kind of crazy because I know Dustin knows some about football and stuff, but college football, when he talks about the freaking Texas A&M Aggies. He talks about their defensive coordinator, their freaking old line coach. I'm like, how do you know that? I'm like, that's not. Come on, dude. Like he's I mean, obviously he follows it very closely, but I'm just like, wow, it's freaking nuts.
Another big riser is Stephon Diggs, who we were targeting a ton as a wide receiver 4 or 5. Early in these best ball drafts, we've kind of tailed off a little bit because didn't want to get overexposed to somebody we didn't know, and then he's full go day one, and he's looking good. So he's now in the 60s. So there's a lot of investments or stands that we took that are really, knock on wood, working out in terms of positive or negative draft ADP
Right
now. One of the most notable that is going the opposite way of what I would expect is Trey Benson's actually falling outside the top 150 and even falling further than that. I think that's like a combination of a lot of like, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, the guys that are kind of getting the defined roles, coupled with him, just he's the handcuff.
Right.
And it's not like he's playing bad or there's bad reports. He's just kind of stuck behind a 30-year-old running back. And I mean, I'm still fine picking him, but obviously it doesn't make you feel good when you're picking him a lot in the 130s, and he's now 2 rounds later.
Jeremy, you're in Florida, so y'all are warm over there too. Yeah, I get it. Dustin said that his hopium is really high right now, so I guess he's talking about his Aggie love and his Cardinal love there. He actually picked Jalen Waddle and then Jacoby Myers, so after he went with
that's a fun
Kenneth Walker.
Couple of receivers. I mean, it's not like anybody fell to him. I probably outright would rather have Rome over Waddle, but I understand the Waddle upside as well.
Wow, that's early.
I know.
That's crazy.
There's some movement going on in these middle rounds.
Man,
Jawan Jennings, another name that he went down with his second calf injury of the same calf of this offseason, and so there's no timetable for his return. He's the one that said pay me or trade me, and then gets hurt. Meanwhile, Ricky Pearsall missed 2 days of camp, came back, and now he's the clear San Francisco frontrunner to be the leader in targets, and yet he's still the second San Francisco receiver off the board.
KLS with a 28-yard catch. Good to see. And then Jarrett Patterson, Kamani Vidal, both have gotten touches in this drive. So they took Omarion out.
That's a bummer when you pick an over on somebody and their drive starts when he
can't. On the 20-yard line going in.
Oh, that's pretty early for Mark Andrews. I know Isaiah Likely, another name, he broke his foot or slight fracture. Candidate for the PUP maybe, but they're not officially ruling that out. Another possibility if the draft it falls our way, we could go Ricky and then target Brock Purdy on the next turnaround.
Sure. Are we going to go receiver here?
I think we should. Yeah. So a Pearsall and
I think I like Downs more than Reed.
I am on board with that.
Okay.
Godwin, another one that's falling.
Sure.
No timetable. He hasn't practiced at all.
Joe Mixon, who we had a conversation about.
Yeah, that's a fun one just because, like, I understand it's not fun. We did a great job of fading him. It's not like we lucked out. It's not like we were like, hey, we're fading him because of this ankle/foot injury. But obviously he's hurt now. He's back in the 80s. And even if he lands on the PUP, he's already in the tier of running backs that's just like, okay, just pick him. And have some depth.
Yeah.
If you go 2 running backs in the first 7 rounds and he's there in the 80s or 90s, what's the harm in drafting a guy that was going in the top 20 of running backs?
He's calling you out, Dustin. Just saying. Calling you out here. I mean, that guy already has 4 running backs. There's no way he's going to do it. So,
you would think.
But I mean, who else is on the board?
There's not a lot of crazy things going on in this draft, though.
Let's see. Who else is on the board? Jaden Reed. You could go there. He went there. Just kidding. So, yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't go Kyler here or you wouldn't go Joe Mixon. I mean.
Yeah, there's a chance Kyler makes it back around. Slim. But it's there. There's a lot of quarterbacks on that side of the
board. Trey McBride is already picked too. So yeah, actually every team over here has a quarterback except for this team here. But that's still 103. Like that's still pretty far.
Right.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I mean, either way, I'm not mad at you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There we go. Got it to work.
But yeah, I think it's perfectly fine and reasonable with Joe Mixon, even if he lands on the pup at this point to buy low,
Mhm.
unless you truly think he will miss half the year. Then it starts to be a little interesting. Going all the way at 92 in this draft.
Yeah.
He was in the high 50s just a week or two ago.
And that guy has 4 running backs.
Dax Rising, which is kind of what I expected to see. It's interesting that that guy goes 2 quarterbacks before a second running back, though. Or tight end, for that matter. Well, actually, Hawkinson's off. That's kind of a weird tight end range.
Yeah, you have to wait until, I guess, 1/7. Well, I guess you could go Tyler or Evan Ingram, I guess is who's next.
Mm-hmm. Is there even a point, even with this buying the dip, that you're okay drafting likely? Or is there just so much depth at tight end too that you just don't really want them?
Yeah, I'm not drafting likely, I don't
Yeah,
think.
because I mean,
Unfortunately.
he's not even going to fall into the range of the Mason Taylors and
Yeah.
Elijah Arroyos, who are healthy
And
without
starting with no competition. Yeah.
Last year, it just felt like there was no depth because all of the tier 2 tight ends were in the 7th through 9th rounds.
Mhm.
And now, because so many failed, like tier 2 tight ends are going in the 80s now, like with Kelsey and Hawkinson. And even Andrews, if you want to consider him, he went 81 in this one.
Trey Harris and Dalton Kincaid getting picked pretty early.
Kincaid's early as hell. Trey is starting to fall or jump into the early 100s.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of a reach on ADP, but that is the one team that I think not necessarily throwing their draft, but they're just kind of doing their own thing. to put it lightly.
Evan Ingram, that Jared Goff team, who'd they have? Who would have been Jared Goff stacked in that team? Because Laporta's over there. David and Jameson. Okay. Interesting.
Fun stuff.
Dustin has a Kyler stack. Dak and I think CD. Yeah. Dak and CD. Baker by himself. I don't know why he went Baker here. I think that's like just a screw up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, him going back-to-back quarterback when you only had one running back and 0 tight ends was interesting. And I'm not saying he had to go tight end there because Andrews went early, and unless you believe in the Ingram or these other guys.
Yeah, you're waiting until the next round.
We got to go through a gauntlet to try to hopefully get the strat that we want. We'll see what happens, though.
We'll be okay. It'll be great.
I just want one. Can we get one? That'd be nice.
Like that pick. Love that pick for you. I'm pushing him up, honestly.
Yeah,
I think you have to.
We've been saying the whole best ball season so far, we didn't understand him being a full round different from Tracy. Like, we're fine if you believe in him a little more or you want to, for certainty, stack them both. But, I mean, he's just the better running back.
And also, why
pass catcher.
I just don't get why he's farther, like so far down compared to the other rookie running backs. Like, what makes him, other than maybe the offense, what makes him 4 rounds different than RJ Harvey? Like, honestly, because, like, what about Caleb Johnson? They both have shitty offenses. They're both the same type of player in their offense. Why is Caleb Johnson 4 rounds like higher?
Right.
So,
and I would consider Jalen Warren and J.K. Dobbins bigger competition than Tyrone Tracy.
Sure.
I don't know if that sounds crazy, but it's not like, even though Tracy did well in spots last year, he did it by default because his competition was Devin Singletary. So he just didn't have anybody to compete with. If he had a capable average running back, he wouldn't have been getting 10 touches a game.
Right. Exactly. And it's also like Tracy was a receiver in college. He moved to running back, but he's not like an inside the box type of running back. And that's what you're getting with Cam Scatterby, who's going to play. Like, he could get 15, 16 rushing attempts. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
Plus whatever work in the pass game he hits.
All right. So
it worked out.
One fell to us. Let's see here.
Just one? Where's the other one?
What do you mean?
He's gone. Okay.
Yeah, Caleb went like 4 picks ago.
So Brock
only have 2 running backs. We can probably wait on tight end still. We could double up on quarterback, but nobody correlates with our team. Or we could feel good about our receivers and go with Pittman and Keon.
Well, if we go Pittman, we can get an Indy quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm down.
I guess I would see it side that way and get Indy quarterback.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that quarterback 2 or do we need 3? That's a really hard
It's
part.
probably 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Say. As much as I love is a very, very strong word, but as much as I like Anthony Richardson and his ADP right now, obviously we kind of have been getting a bunch of both between him and Daniel Jones because of the fact that we like all their receivers at price right now. And whoever is going to be the starter when they're going in the 17th round, if you just hit them both, you've got a very formidable QB2, no matter who it is, with stackable options. So it seems like because he came back earlier than expected, he could be potentially the favorite to win the job. And I think the team wants him to win the job. I don't think anybody in the locker room or even the business is looking or rooting for Daniel Jones to win the job. But if it happens, and their hands are dealt, and they're going to be a quarterback.
You need a team, yeah.
In
they might still need a quarterback if you just like at the end of it all. They might not get a choice. He might not be able to win games.
Right. But I mean, exactly what I applied last year with Justin Fields being a 17th rounder, and it's just like, hey, you need 3 weeks to feel great, and he gave you 3 weeks to feel great. And Anthony Richardson's the same exact way. If he just gets you 3 as a QB3, so be it. But if he starts the whole season,
right,
he was going in the 5th round last year. So there's a reason that he's a fantasy relevant asset. He would be going at the same range or above Justin Fields if it weren't for Daniel Jones being there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with Russ and the whole thing last year, where was Russ going? Do you remember?
Russ was going.
I think it was.
Well, he wasn't. He was like a late addition because he just kind of the calf injury kept lingering.
Yeah.
So it's not like he suffered the injury and then it plummeted. He just kind of gradually declined, and he started around the 14th round.
Okay.
Kind of similar to where I would say the Stafford and Tua ranges this year, and then he just kind of kept falling to where they were simultaneously side by side. And then Justin ended up passing him in ADP. So if you ended up getting 18th round Russell, it might have worked out for you as well,
right?
With the same strategy.
So update. Yeah, I was gonna say missed field goal by Digger the kicker, and then an interception, which was returned to I can't tell, like that 10-yard line, real short. It was 60-yard line, and then Kamani had 2 rushes for it and then scored. Mm-hmm. So
kind of disappointed because he was our biggest like 20th round stand last year, and they just kind of ran with Gus Edwards and JK, and
he just wasn't good enough to take over.
Yeah,
which we thought, we didn't think he was like some superstar. We just thought he was going to be able to take over a backfield with 2 really old guys that had a lot of issues, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and even like Hassan Haskins was getting receiving work when he's never been a receiving back, and so it's just like it is what it is. Nick Chubb all the way up to 121. That is pretty rich for me, I would say.
But that's the same guy that's been overdrafting.
Fair.
So,
but his rank right now is in the 130s, so it's not like an abysmal reach. Still, like I don't think it's close between him versus a Dylan Sampson situation, which kind of similar thing. Huge uncertainty as the RB1, but if it's not him, it's clearly Dylan Sampson.
Sure, yeah. Which Sampson is a guy that if we wanted him, we'd have to pick him right here.
Yes.
Or Dustin would pick him.
At this point.
Who Dustin did stack the Giants. I didn't realize that earlier. He went Tyron Tracy, Cam Scatterby, which is a good strategy.
I mean, him going 10 picks different and a full round different. That is a complete opposite what it typically is. So pretty solid value. I know we shot on
Tracy
earlier,
yeah.
Good value is good value, man.
Let's see what Dustin does here. I think he's probably going to go receiver. He'll probably have to, right? But there's no good receivers here. Keon Coleman's still on the board, actually. That would be where I would go.
Is there somebody so far in these middle rounds that you don't think you've gotten enough of? Like, is there one specific guy that stands out to you? Like even in this draft range,
In this
like you don't
picture.
even have to look at the board.
No,
No,
actually, I don't really think so.
yeah,
I really kind of hate the running backs in this range. Maybe not getting enough from Andre because
that's fair.
I don't know what the situation's going to be. 3 quarterbacks in a row.
I
That's
don't
always
think that
fun.
was necessary, but he's set.
But yeah, I guess that would be my take.
I'm wondering if we didn't take advantage enough of Tucker Craft as like a tight end two for like, you know, the because
There's so
we've been
many
going heavy on
mouths
the
to
Kittles
feed.
and Kittles, Brocks,
Sure.
McBrides, and basically any tight end two. It doesn't really matter who it is as long as it's not the same buy.
Right.
Is fine. But he was in the 130s and 140s. I mean, it is from a perspective a wide open pass catching game. It's not like there's a specific guy that will get 8 to 10 targets every week.
Right. Of
But,
course.
you know, obviously too high for us now. Trevor, yeah, that's a click. And then
Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, I think it's Samson.
Let me see. Yeah, we have 6. We got to go running back.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's go Samson.
Okay.
All the way into the top 150.
And
then Trevor, and obviously it's basic. That's a very borderline. Are you okay with 2 quarterbacks? Probably not. But again, we were kind of targeting getting the third with Anthony Richardson later anyways.
Yeah. And if he's not there, then I guess we're going to. But whatever it is. Sterling Sharp being interviewed. Only interesting news for the Sharp family today.
Yep, Shannon's in his little predicament, getting fired from ESPN.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
This is such a crazy video.
I know.
The whole thing was crazy. Like, I don't even know what to say sometimes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that
and the
happens.
the funny thing is just like okay, now we're getting a little out of hand with the quarterback.
Dustin, you should probably take a quarterback by the next time you get around. Because
I mean, I would maybe even, I don't know if there's anybody that correlates with his team here, but I mean, they're flying off
Jacoby. So you go Tua? Nope.
Might be a little
just
early.
kidding. Tua's gone.
Oh.
Geno Smith.
Michael
Penix. Also gone. Yeah, so Geno might be the answer on the next one around.
Shad White's a fun name.
Sure. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't go Trey Benson. He can wait, but we'll see. Seems like a Dustin guy, though.
I'm also interested, just so that we don't end up with like over 50% of like 5 guys at the back in the drafts. But like Sean Tucker sounds like a fun stack if you don't believe in one specific Tampa Bay Buccaneer running back because they're all just kind of the same.
Sure. They're all kind of meh.
Yeah.
So I mean, Sean Tucker.
For what it's worth, I saw them do a ladder drill, and Sean Tucker looked the best of the 3. So, you know, if you believe in ladder drills, then he should be a first-round pick.
Yeah. Well, Sean Tucker was one of Dustin's favorite guys, I believe. He was a Syracuse.
Very pleased with him.
Syracuse guy. Bishaw. He's actually fallen, in my opinion, a little bit.
Which, I mean, it's still too high.
Sure.
I mean,
but
Tank Bigsby's getting all the first reps as the starting running back, and then Etienne's getting all the passing game work. So Bashal, I don't see any role this year unless there's injuries. But at the same time, I'm not really confident in any at this point anymore. Like Etienne has risen way too much for us. Like we bought a bunch of him when he was in the teens and 120s. Now he's at 95 or 96. I'm good. And I'm taking this advantage of getting the Tank Bigsby, which once he cracks the top 140, because he eventually will, especially after the first preseason game next week when he carries the ball 5 times on the first drive, then we're going to be like, okay, we're good. And then we got 10 to 15% of each and none of Tootin, and I think that'll be sufficient for this offense.
Another interception by Kyle Allen.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it was for Isaac Tesla. Good choice.
That pick made no sense to me.
He wasn't even in our. He wasn't even top 15, top 20.
He's not even the funny, like, that isn't as crazy as even him being a 20th round pick in these drafts because
Yeah.
he is the 7th option in that offense. 7th. Like, I need a little bit more
He's
opportunity.
got two receptions for 46 yards.
Good for him.
He's the only guy that's really caught the ball other than
I'm proud of him.
the first play of the
I hope
game.
his ADP rises.
Yeah. Dustin's talking mad stuff about Kyle Allen right now. That's always fun. He's got 2 picks already in this game. He's Hendon Hooker is going to be in pretty quick here. That maybe
All right.
Geno Smith.
Got the Geno. Let's see if this guy makes it 5 in a row. He missed out on a ton of tight ends, so he is going to be absolutely screwed.
He's got 4 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, and 4 receivers.
Yeah. He wants the 4x4 special.
Okay. Okay. It's fine.
The thing that's crazy is I still think I just don't even want to click his name.
I don't know what to do with him because if he does play, we're going to be very wrong.
And the thing is, we've already gotten like 20%. That is like
I got way too much of him.
Yeah. That is the one bad investment. But at the same time, a lot of those shares were when we got 18th round Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
So hopefully those teams will still be all right. But I'd really want to dilute that ownership because that's probably our one truly bad bet at the moment.
So we still need running back.
Okay.
Badly.
So Benson's there.
Yeah, that's who I would go with. Why do we only?
Braylon might be a little early, but he's been having a good camp. And then
well, we don't have to go back 2 running backs. I don't think.
No, I'm just
go tight end.
Names. Yeah, we can get rid of or knock out our tight end if there's one relevant. I don't know who's on the board still. Nope.
Fuck.
Well, we can stack Brendan Strange.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm okay with that.
Just Brendan Strange and Kittle is good enough, but
they have different buys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm good with that. I don't think that we need more than that, honestly, because Kittle is so far ahead.
While he's on the board, Mike Gesicki, Noah Fant officially signed with Cincinnati. That doesn't make me interested in Noah Fant at all, but that definitely makes Mike Gesicki to me plummet below all of those guys. Like basically until he gets to Pat Freiermuth, that if Pat Freiermuth were to be traded or moved on from, I would be in love with him at that ADP.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, Gesicki, I'm just done with, which to me, that just makes it even more puzzling, the extension that he got for 13 per.
Yeah, after that, and then bringing in, but they always have like 3 or 4 tight ends. I feel like because they had Drew Sample who played some, they had Gesicki who played some. Who was the other one? There was another one, big white boy. Who am I thinking of?
Tanner. You said Tanner Hudson?
No, Tanner Hudson. Okay. Yeah, that was the other one. So they always have a group of tight ends. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I missed the CJ Uzomah showdown days. Those were fun.
Sure. Yeah. They punt. We got a punt out of the Chargers after
Hollywood
the interception.
Brown also went down with an ankle injury a couple days ago. It doesn't sound like it's long term, but his ADP has dropped 2 rounds at least in this specific draft. I think that's pretty crazy, especially when we know Rasheed's getting suspended.
Mm-hmm.
But drafted a pretty decent amount of him as well.
And he was farther down prior. Let's see. Trey Lance is having a game. What's
Pop
up?
Douglas all the way at 161. It seems like New England last year went into it. It's just like, I don't know who the hell is going to be their 3. It seems pretty certain that it's going to be Diggs, Douglas, and Kyle Williams, with Kendrick Bourne being the 4.
Yeah.
And basically Boutte,
Polk
are fighting for roster spots. And then basically Jerome Baker, or not Jerome Baker. What's Baker's first name?
Javon Baker. Javon Baker. Yeah.
He is basically just going to be looking for new houses.
Yep. He said he was the best.
Kyle Williams falling all the way to 163. He was in the 130s, and we just didn't want to touch him. I'm all for
this. Yeah, here we're all about that for sure. Garendo going to Dustin.
I mean, he even fell past Pop Douglas. I haven't really seen that at all.
Yeah, he's going to be the big play threat. So best ball is a perfect situation for him, in my opinion. Right. That's why I think getting him is okay.
There's one receiver name that I don't think there's a chance he makes it to, but he's been really getting a lot of good praise at a camp. that I hope at least Dusty is able to get him. He would be able to stack at least too. That would be fun.
From the Raiders?
No, Buffalo. JP.
Oh, he doesn't have Josh Allen, but
Well, I
yeah, I see
understand
what you're
that,
saying.
but you have Keon and
Yeah, and your dart throw of that receiving
the
core.
number one implied total offense.
Hey, I love Josh Palmer.
He has the same.
I love him as a wide receiver 3 on any team.
Khalil Shakir got extended, but until that, they invested an equal amount in him, and it seems like he's the safest bet to get snaps. And from there, it's just they're going to be swapping targets, and I don't know who will score touchdowns because even though Shakir feel good about his floor, he scored 3 touchdowns last year in a 30-point a game offense. So I can see Josh Palmer only having 600 yards but 8 touchdowns.
Sure.
Same with Keon
Yeah.
Coleman.
There goes Isaiah Likely.
Oh,
171 is crazy.
Yeah. Last year we were drafting the shit out of him in this range.
Yeah.
But again, because the tight end market is just so different this year, and there's a lot of depth because it actually was a really good tight end class. And at least this year, the tight ends for the most part went to good situations or like instantly as a rookie you can. The only one that didn't is like Harold Fannin, which we weren't as in love with as the other guys. But him going to back up David Njoku. But other than that,
honestly though, that's a good fit. But it's the Browns.
Right. But like Arroyo, obviously he's inherited the starting role now. Mason Taylor is going to be the starter. There's no competition. He is dropped for no reason. Even Terrence Ferguson, I know in the short term, Tyler Higbee, but that is an older aging tight end coming off a significant injury. There you go, Dusty. Yeah, Josh Palmer having a heck of a camp, apparently.
He's good. When he was doing his breakout stuff at the Chargers, I was really.
I remember that one lad game that he missed last year that we were debating on who was going to be the beneficiary between Palmer and Quentin. And both of them essentially had okay games. Like they had identical, like 5 for 50, but Palmer had like 5 red zone targets and 4 of them were uncatchable. And it made me just so flustered. And
the percentage of snaps, he was in the game a lot more.
Oh yeah.
He was in the game like the whole, I think he played like 99%.
And he was like 12% owned. It was a whole thing.
What do we need?
Oh well. I can't wait to make showdowns again, dude.
We did really well in showdowns last year. I'm excited to.
Oh, and I don't think we've said this online before, but week 1 DK prices are up, which they have started to just put them out a month before. Prices are so generous now.
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Right there.
I saw that.
Roshan? We have DeAndre.
Excuse me. Yeah, Roshan's fine. And then just go ahead and start him because I don't like any of those guys. Don't need tight end. If we want to double on running back, I don't think that Brashard Smith makes it back to us.
Okay, that's fine.
I know it seems like a reach, but
he's 201 now, man. Like he should be.
Yep.
Let's get up there.
He's moved to full round in just 4 days. Just imagine once preseason comes out and he's running plays with the ones like he has been in camp. Which basically every single running back has had reps with the ones. And to me, that if I could paint any kind of like, what does that mean? That just means I feel less comfortable with both Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
That just means they're
presumable starters.
It's either hot hand or just, they're just trying to, like Elijah Mitchell did not even play last year and he was getting snaps before Kareem Hunt, who was their running back going into the Super Bowl last year.
My pick is Mason Taylor. Don't swipe.
No, we're good on tight end.
Yeah, thanks, Dustin.
I mean, we've gotten a ton of Taylor.
Dustin was actually like Dustin was pushing Mason Taylor more than anybody when we were doing our draft stuff, which I thought was funny. Obviously, Mason Taylor was a top 3 tight end for us, but I think I was really proud that I went Membu and then Taylor for the Jets, and I had their perfect pick being Mason Taylor. I was like, hey, like. I felt pretty good about that. That was one of my like pats on the back for like, getting that one right. There's a couple guys that I was pretty happy with. Like we were talking about Josh Simmons earlier. Of course, we were all over him.
But to me, the confusing thing to me with like, again, even though best ball's been going on a while, like we're still seeing lobbies and people just taking names just because like I don't see a relevant reason to draft Will Shipley.
Well,
because if Saquon goes down, It's not like, hey, 20 touches goes to the next guy. It's like, oh, Devontae and AJ Brown are going to average like 10 targets a game, both.
Mhm.
And Goddard, big. Like the backup running back is like the fourth best beneficiary, or fifth if you want to include Jalen Hurts and his rushing ability.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't excite me at all. But then you have all these guys like Taj Brooks, clear RB2 on his team with Chase Brown, like him, but he was going in as a handcuff last year. So it's not like he's just going to keep the role and he's going to be the every down back. He never has been that before.
Mhm.
So, or at least in the NFL. So I'd rather take the chances on that. Keaton Mitchell.
I'd take the chances on the rookies. Yeah.
All these rookies.
Well, the thing is, I think we're about to get the casuals. Like the casuals come in early August. So it's the last day of July. So when you think about when you think about the casuals, they start picking names that they know.
Yeah. Like pretend Saquon goes down versus a Jonathan Taylor who's missed time 3 straight years goes down. DJ Giddens is going to get 80% of his workload and maybe not have the touchdown upside, but he's getting all the touches.
Yeah.
So he'll have the 20 touch, 70-yard floor, and he's more talented than that. Will Shipley, who's a way worse back, is just going to inherit 10, 12 touches a game, and he's touchdown or bust.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really 12 points isn't really going to get you anything as a 16th, 17th rounder. Like it might help you if everything else goes wrong.
Right.
But it's not going to help.
We need booms.
Yeah, we need booms.
Who else is on that team? Let's see. AJ Dillon he's injured, I believe, right? Is that right?
I'm not certain. He did miss the entire year last year because of a neck injury.
He is though the backup currently to Saquon Barkley on our lads. So we'll see if he plays. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, either guy. I'm just not a fan of.
No, but that makes me even less comfortable with either of them.
Right.
You know,
I have shit on a lot Miles Sanders, but apparently of the two, between Miles and Javonte, he's having the better camp.
Yeah.
And so if it's even close, I just don't want to touch Javonte Williams. That doesn't mean draft Miles Sanders. I just, at the very end of the day, I think only one will last through the entire season, if that. And at this point, if one's going 70 picks lower, like I'd rather go that guy, but I'm not going to just now go for a ton of Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Because Jaden Blue, apparently, even after the lazy report that came out right before camp started, he's been killing it too. And he's been getting runs with the ones. So it is truly a committee.
Yeah.
No idea what's going to happen. And I just am not really interested.
This guy, Jeremy Krosky-Merritt, is interesting. He ran with the ones. He's going to be the receiving back, it looks like. Him and Austin Eckler, I don't know.
I feel like Eckler, no matter what, is going to have a role. I don't think even a threat to be cut.
Sure.
Because he had such a cheap contract that he signed.
Is Woody Marks stuff, I guess? Because there's no way he'd be up there without.
Well, it's just because of Joe Mixon.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Keenan Allen still hasn't signed. It's heating up a little bit.
So, draftable.
Yeah, DJ Giddens, like we said. Marshawn Lloyd is a guy that I've brought up a lot. He just had a groin injury, so I just want to dilute his ownership just because he's hurt again.
Yeah, and he had some issues last year with coaches and stuff, and
back-to-back injuries. And I think he had staph.
Okay, so we're gonna go DJ.
So
and then
DJ.
We got 7 running backs at this point, 6 receivers.
Or are we just going receiver?
I would be okay with getting our last running back and being done.
Also, are we still going quarterbacks?
No.
Okay.
Which one?
Well, I guess common. Okay, we get all 3 Chicago running backs.
It's fine.
Devin Neal, a name that we've drafted a little bit. Elite. It's interesting that Kendre Miller has been getting a lot of the second team reps now that he's not, in the doghouse of Dennis Allen.
We will see
what happens, but
we'll see.
Apparently he's having a good camp and he's healthy. Back-to-back off seasons, he was dealing with injuries in camp. And on top of that, he just couldn't get a role next to Alvin because Dennis Allen truly hated his guts.
Mm-hmm. And
but also switching the jersey number sometimes lights a little fire under you.
Sure.
He's back to his college number. 5 looks cooler than 25.
I believe that Detroit is going to kick a field goal. They're on.
Finally.
Yeah, they're gonna actually score some points, I think.
Is that the same team that took 4 straight quarterbacks? That took 3 straight tight ends?
Yes.
Man, they just each position one by one.
They're streaky.
Tyler Show is apparently not having a good camp. He is running with the third team right now.
He was our 8th quarterback.
Yeah.
8th.
Well, yes, but just the fact that the high draft capital, everybody assumed that he's just clearly going to be the starter. And
I thought he was.
He's
I
behind
agreed. Jake Hayner.
Yeah. And Spencer Rattler. And we have experience of what that did to their offense last year. So
that is terrible.
That's yeah.
They picked him so that they could pick a quarterback next year.
Yes.
That's literally what they did. They said, if this guy doesn't work out, Brandon Whedon, doesn't, the age wise, if he doesn't work out, we're just going to go pick another quarterback next year. And they're going to be picking the OC's son in Garrett Nussmeier.
Man, I'm still mad just as a UT fan of the Brandon Whedon pick, because if you remember, that was after Colt McCoy's rookie season, and he was absolutely formidable. His first 3 starts were against like the Super Bowl defending champs in New Orleans. He beat them, and then he went on the road and beat New England, like in a 19-point blowout as a Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. And he had Muhammad Massaquoi was his wide receiver 1. I remember this. And then he got knocked out by James Harrison on live TV. That was the whole thing. But immediately after just a fine rookie season, they're just like, that's our plan. And
It's
then
terrible.
that's just who he inherited. If he went anywhere else, he very well been a Kirk Cousins-esque, like just 15th to 20th best quarterback, and just you're not going to win because of him, but you'll win with him. And
best managers.
He lasted 14 years for a reason.
If you'd be surprised, the Detroit Lions went for it on 4th down and got it.
Oh, baller.
So, yeah, Kyle Allen scrambles and gets 3 yards.
I can't wait for our record prediction show, because again, when we do that at the end of August,
yeah.
We don't collaborate before that. We just do ours. Last year, we basically were identical with how we felt about the order of divisions, mostly the same record, mostly same playoff teams. I think we're gonna have some differences this year. It'll be really interesting.
That's good though, because and that's how me and Dustin have been doing our college stuff, of course, and we've been predicting these things. And Dustin is much more bold, but college I feel like is way harder to predict, because like we talked about the Big 12, and last year you look at the Big 12, Oklahoma State was the favorite, and then you had Arizona State, who was supposed to be last, and they won the damn thing. So,
and won a playoff.
Yeah, exactly. So college is difficult. The pros, I do a little bit better.
Yeah,
I do a little bit better on those.
But then at the same time, there is always Washington.
Yeah, of course.
Dark horse, 4th place team, competing for wild cards, competing for division wins.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have to filter through all that. I don't really think that there will be worst to first unless there's some extreme injury to a clear favorite. Like hypothetically, Josh Allen goes down. Buffalo is absolutely a 5-12 team, and then somebody's going to win it by default.
The Jets. That would be the Jets. Maybe. But at the same time, Miami's not that good.
They've lost every single member of their secondary, and then 2 guys that came into.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's awful to play for Miami on defense right now. And then who else is in that? New England. So New England is a dark horse, I guess.
Yes.
If that does happen, but I think the Jets were in last place, not New England, right?
No,
that's backwards. Oh, New England would be the winner then. Yeah, no, that one makes sense.
Yeah,
that one makes sense.
They were in our worst to first video.
That's right.
And we didn't put them as high as we'd like because they were just behind Buffalo, who's the largest division.
Who's very good. Very good at football.
Yes.
The Raiders are going to go worst to first. Be ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the AFC West is the hardest to pick the correct order.
Sure.
If that makes sense. Somebody's going to by default fall into it. But
yeah. We're more talented,
I can see a path for everybody, and that is including injuries happening or not happening. Say everybody stays healthy, take injuries off. Like you can make a case for every single team to be second place, including the Chiefs.
Right.
I don't know who could pass them up, but I can see the path where Kansas City just takes a step back. Somebody wins 11 games and they have to win 10 and go on the road.
I normally pick the Chargers in that situation.
Yeah.
Because
Denver's got a great roster.
Well, yeah, I really like the running game. I like the coach. I like the defense for the Chargers,
Yeah. Like and I said this in another video. Like, if the Raiders were in the NFC South, I would pick them to win the division.
Well, we're gonna go Keenan Allen
Okay, that's
because he
sign me
shouldn't
up.
be here.
No, he should not.
And then
And
who
then
else?
this is our 20th round pick.
It is
So you
Jalen
got
Coker. He's been having a good camp.
that's too much of a
KLS.
uncertainty. Troy Franklin's
Talk
having a
about
good
a
camp
real
also.
uncertainty.
Roman Wilson's running with the starters.
Yeah, it's true. Not against any of those guys. Not Tesla.
We have way more Troy Franklin than Roman, so if you want to do that, then that's fine.
You know what number he is?
He was 240 or 250 something. You passed him. Yeah, 243, all the way up to 243. Another guy that's having a bad camp that we've kind of started to click on is AD Mitchell.
Having a bad camp?
Yeah,
he's having
I've heard he's been struggling with some drops and concentration stuff.
I saw him. I saw him beat Charvarius Ward on a route the other day.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay. So I don't know. I guess obviously reports are full practice. I just saw a good rep by him.
Right. But and then you did mention Jalen Coker, and I heard that he's had a good camp too. But like I've seen flashes of Jimmy Horn. I've seen obviously Hunter Renfrow has been a fun name to keep an eye on. They just drafted Xavier Legette in the first last year, and then this year they drafted Tetaroa.
Mm-hmm.
They're not 5 deep enough to where they can have contribution from all 5. Like only 3 will work. I didn't even mention Adam Thielen, who's still there. So, and Jatavion Sanders, who I think is clearly the tight end 1 and will be the 4th option in the passing game. So it's a whole weird thing. I do like Carolina's ADPs for most of their guys, though.
Yeah, I think that like Chuba is the one that
he's the safest.
Only one that I'm like I would get him even in like redraft.
Yeah,
comfortably
he's
in
just
redraft.
He's just there at the 4-5 turn, and if you want him, cool. He's not gonna do crazy, but I mean he was one of our RB4s and 5s that we picked a ton of last year, and he averaged 17 points a game.
Yep. Dortch.
But again, that kind of combined and coupled with the fact that we did a lot of stacks of Jonathan Brooks and him. And Jonathan Brooks has a 10th round pick that we invested probably 18 to 20% of, obviously was a fail.
Yeah.
But most of those shares went to Chuba, which worked out because he was borderline league winner. So that's kind of how I view a little bit of the Cleveland situation as well. But at the same time, it's not like they're worried about a suspension or injuries. He's not even signed to a contract. And then the stuff happened.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That's the toughest thing. That's like an almost unprecedented thing of a serious allegation coming out while somebody's holding out from a contract. Like awful timing by him. Very awful timing.
Ever since we started talking mess about Kyle Allen, he started playing better. Of course.
That's funny. All right. So yeah, that is draft 1. If you guys, whoever's tuning in, I know Jeremy said he was interested in a $20. We are about to hop in to a new one. Hopefully we'll have some fun, wild stuff.
Recently?
Yeah.
On $20?
Yeah.
Nice. Love to see that.
If you want a story time, I couldn't sleep this morning, 4 a.m.
Nice.
I'm gonna sing to a draft, and I just clicked on a $20 tree. It was a hoot.
I had the other day that was pretty solid. I wanted to get some shares of somebody because they were going to go up, and I want to grab them before they did. That's $1. We don't want that one with the $20, right, Jeremy? And it was crazy. Let's see. Oh, well, my dog. I think you probably saw my Taylor story on Instagram or whatever, but he got skunked on out my back door, and I'm in the middle of a draft. I'm like, no way. So I'm like in the shower and I can't smell skunk. That is a real thing. You cannot, 1 out of 1,000 people cannot smell skunk. I'm one of those people. It's really awesome, but it's not awesome because if I were to take him to the store or something and he smelled like skunk, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Or if I smell like skunk, I wouldn't know. We're going to go at 8:11, guys.
If we're doing that, we're going in 5 seconds.
Oh, we're going to go at 8:12, guys. So,
yeah, you got 60 seconds to catch your breath.
But so that whole thing was happening and I was loving my draft. That was the part that it really sucked. I was like in the 12th round, but I'm in the shower with him. I'm like, I'm scrubbing him and stuff. I'm watching my phone, scrubbing. I missed a freaking pick and it was DeAndre Hopkins and we had just talked about him and I was like, damn it. damn it. Because it was going so well. I was like, Taylor. And she's like mad at me. She's like, it's time for bed. I'm like, yeah, I know. Believe me. But it was hilarious. I don't know how much time we have.
We got about 25 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Again, we're doing the $20 million to first place fantasy best ball draft. If you guys want to hop in, we're hopping in at 8:12 on the dot. So in about 14 seconds, allegedly.
I know Jeremy hopefully is still here because he has not messaged in the chat in a little while. And then
yeah, whoever wants to.
Yep. Ready, set, go.
All right.
8:12 on the dot.
Pick out. Oh, we got 11 out of 12. So let me go. I think it's 6. No.
I don't even
12
know.
again.
Dude, there's no way. Oh, okay. We can deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like Jeremy made it.
That's fine.
Damn, we should have gone at 8:13.
Who on the back end of the 1-2 turn on the GTD account have we not really gotten a ton of?
The back end of the 1-2 turn.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know the exposures.
HN, I've got 0 of.
Okay.
Henry, none.
Really? I've kind of picked up some Henry.
Neighbors, none.
Because people have started to put HN over him, and he's fallen to when I'm like the middle of the draft.
Well, sure, then, yeah.
It's like because of the Chase Browns and O'Marions rising up, it's like, hey, you can't go 2 receiver and then expect to get an RB1. Like
right.
a confident RB1 in round 3. So I've done like hey, I'm just going to get that one. And then I've got my choice of Garrett, JSN, Marvin in the middle of the 3rd round, Devontae.
I have no Brock Bowers, I don't think. I might have one Brock
Bowers.
Next
draft. Didn't make it in time. We just had to be the 11th.
Yeah, left an injury. Guy. Yeah, I have barely any Brock Bowers. So I don't think I've clicked any AJ Brown either. Just like looking at the board, I don't think I've clicked a single AJ Brown pick. He hasn't fallen to me.
Well, I think he would have to fall out of the 3rd round, or I'm sorry, into the 3rd round, which is interesting. Just because it's not like I say he deserves to, or other people deserve to go ahead of him, but just every now and again you see somebody random. Like I saw Josh Jacobs fall to 32 yesterday, and it's just like it just happens randomly sometimes. And I don't remember an occasion where it's just like, oh, 3rd round, I need a receiver. He's there, sure.
I haven't seen him at all.
Like I'll take him all day if he falls into the 3rd round. But 2nd round, it's like usually Ladd's there, Drake London's there, or we went receiver early and then JT's there.
Yeah, Brock, one of those guys.
Exactly.
I haven't got very much Brock because truly I just haven't drafted 1, 4, 4, 5, or 6.
Well, we actually got over 20% on, or at least I do.
Yeah,
so
I bet
that's a healthy chunk of a tight end.
Well, we draft him in here a lot.
Yes.
But we hadn't switched over in a while. So we'll start drafting him a little bit more if we can get in that 4, 5, 6 range.
See some chaos.
We might get him in this draft. Shoot, he's 17.
Yeah. And again, if you are in this draft for the first time and you're the first time tuning into us, just shout out your name. Sometimes your username is
different
than the thing.
I only have 1 share of CMC. It was early in the drafting season. Got him at like the 212. Oh man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. Jeremy said he got pick 5.
Interesting.
Tell us if your draft is crazy and who you get.
CD, unless Justin's starting to fall behind him a little bit.
Yeah, they're starting to swap. Like we said, Bijan and Saquon, and then CD and
draft,
JJ.
Cool. Yeah, CD JJ was more so injury. Bijan and Barkley's more so preference, I guess. To me, it's hard to even just confidently say like, oh yeah, I'm all in on Barkley over Bijan or vice versa. Like they're both awesome.
Yeah, Saquon's probably the most gifted offensive
CD,
player in the world.
I can make the argument of like feel pretty good about him going over JJ because JJ could have 1,500 yards and 6 touchdowns, but CD could have 1,315 touchdowns. Just because the last time he was healthy, he was the number 1 wide receiver in football in 2023.
Different quarterback.
Basically, since 2019, it's good year, injured year, good year, injured year. Guess which year this year is? Good year. Tires.
We were talking about this before, but I mean, because of the fact that y'all have like no corners and your defense is kind of beat up, we almost got Justin Jefferson.
6. So we get CMC or Puka. What do you think?
I'd rather get CMC.
All right.
I think.
Sign me up.
But yeah, so since y'all have injuries, y'all might be a carnival where y'all just score. You just get 60-point games every week, and
Yeah.
Dak has to catch up.
If there are not a bunch of improvements or guys actually playing week one, that might be an impossible opener showdown contest to decipher because it's just like Philly's going to score 35 and you don't know how. Like they're just going to, and everybody's going to have ownership on Philly. It might be a good differentiator to
Play
be a
some
Dallas
Dallas
stack
sides.
because hey, Dak, you're down 21-0. This is where you shine, buddy.
It really is. Yeah, he's terrible. Otherwise,
Yeah.
at least he was last year. Is that in Philly?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, even
Yeah.
harder.
Basically, they've made it a trend every year of just doing Super Bowl winner hosting opening night.
Mm-hmm. That's tough though.
Yeah. But at least I'm hoping Dallas uses it as a motivating factor to where like you're not nearly as good as them, but hey, you'll compete and make it a, because like everybody will just laugh and laugh if they're the opening and it's 41-10.
Get blown out.
Yeah, which is in the realm of possibility. It is.
Um,
It's like Detroit fumbling the kickoff. That might be Dallas. Calling my shot. Are we about to? Oh no.
Almost.
Okay. All right, so we went CMC first. Brock is fun, but then we're really at a depth of
Yeah.
wide receiver, so Lad might be the call.
I like Lad.
Yeah. Let's do it.
This is why I don't get Brock. Why I don't get Brock.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough when you go running back first to also go tight end next because you're truly like you're crossing your fingers that
We honestly missed out because both of the receivers we would have liked to have gotten went right before
I know.
that pick.
Yeah, I was like
I mean, I like Lad too, don't get me wrong. I like all three of them.
Mm-hmm. Almost kind of preferring Drake over Brian a little bit, allegedly. And it's just because there's nobody else except for hoping Kyle Pitts works out. And he literally has to have 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns to maybe just dip into Drake's production if Drake is healthy. Because Drake had 10 touchdowns and 1,200 yards or whatever last year.
Yeah. I mean, I like Drake London, don't get me wrong. KLS touchdown. So we're going to see him climb boards.
Oh, yeah.
He's climbing boards.
15th rounder right there. If we've ever seen one.
Let's see. What is the don't forget Trey Lance is gonna climb boards also.
Is he really?
He is now 9 for 12 for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And Dallas was like, no, we're.
Is that me?
That might be you.
It's my computer. I was like, what the hell? And Nyheim Hines is back.
Oh. Okay.
He is the most yards, rushing yards for the
I think he missed last year
Chargers.
torn Achilles or something.
I didn't even know he was on the Chargers.
I mean, at the same time,
they have like 5, 6.
Good for you if you do that.
Yeah, true. They have 6 running backs. Like I would never have known that.
Yeah.
Like he's added to Omar and Hampton in the group from last year plus Najee.
Let's see. There's no kind of true like newbie looking teams. I know somebody took Malik Neighbors all the way at 6, but like AJ Brown's right at ADP. Josh Allen probably a value. Yeah. So he's all over the place, but it's fun, I guess. All right. So
are you gonna auto draft? No.
Ooh, that's a bummer. All right. So we passed on JSN last time. This time we don't have a week 8 bye. Or do we go heavy running back first and then just be good? Do a double stack of the Chargers? What are your thoughts?
Damn it, that's tough.
8 seconds.
Probably going Omarion.
Let's do it.
Because I mean, like I said, I like him higher than this, anyways. But I don't like having Lad as my other guy.
I forgot where Najee went this past draft, but he's fallen into the
130s, 140s. Yeah.
So it's kind of coming into a handcuff-esque build stack anyways.
Yeah.
So even if we are interested and we need depth later on in the 14th round, like fine.
I think I'm going to be okay with who we get at receiver on the way back.
Yeah, it's going to be, there has to be a true run for it to not work out.
There goes Kittle.
Same pick as last time.
Who did we get? We got Marvin? No,
No, we
Dustin
went
got Marv.
Xavier,
Xavier Worthy there. Yeah. Okay.
which we would have went Jason had we not had
3.
our first 2 week 8
yeah.
buys.
What are you gonna do? James Cook. Okay. This guy has no running backs.
Okay.
Is he gonna continue? Is he gonna go?
Strategies is kind of all over the place right now.
He might go quarterback here.
There's two 1s. There's 0 RB so far. There's another 0 RB.
Okay.
Brees Hall. Okay. That's tough.
Yeah, I was hoping that was gonna be Xavier.
All right. How about we go with an unstacked Jalen Hurts? What do you think about that? Or is that crazy?
It's not crazy.
Okay. I don't really. If Jaden Daniels does not have Terry and they don't replace him with another receiver, I think that is a big deal.
Absolutely. That's huge.
And I would pretty comfortably put him below Jalen, and I might put him below Burrow as well, if I'm thinking about it. Just because it's only rushing upside from there. There's no 300-yard passing bonus.
Yeah,
upside.
It's really
which he
scary.
hit a couple times last year. Yeah, it's scary without Terry.
Let's see.
Jameson's just hovering in the mid 40s. Chuba actually goes 43. Maybe that team is kind of great. I don't know. We'll see.
Over Alvin Kamara and Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Based on ADP.
I mean, I see the argument. I think they're all kind of similar spots. I like Kenneth Walker, but he's starting to get a little too high.
I like Chuba. Chuba a lot. He's actually higher in redraft than Kenneth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
So
Burrow going unstacked. That was interesting. Let's see.
Gonna get mad about that.
Oh,
there goes Rasheed. Okay.
Rasheed is still ahead of Xavier Worthy on underdog.
They
flipped on DraftKings though.
Yeah, I'd be surprised that guy doesn't go Zay here.
Yeah, honestly, he should have gone the first time.
Yeah, I agree.
Terry falling 48.
That's early for Jalen Waddle.
Mm-hmm. The Jets actually were odds on the favorites of like the odds to land Terry, which I would hate for his like fantasy purpose.
And Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson was going to be 100 catch.
Yeah, but I think it takes some of the volume away.
Maybe, yeah. I would probably put Garrett behind the Devontae Adams, but he'd still be in that tier.
Right.
Terry I would hate it. We mentioned New England, and I would honestly love that, and I'd feel just as good about Diggs. It would just basically negatively affect the Kyle
Williams, yeah.
Pop Douglas.
Sure. That'd be fun. That would be an awesome
Raiders
place.
As like one of the top 5 odds. I think that would be fun.
Please, we need it.
I don't know how much of a. Honestly, that might be one of the better.
That would be great. Yeah.
Spots. And they do make aggressive moves.
Please let us have him.
I don't know if we're. Let's see. Who is him to you?
Hold on. This guy likes taking his time.
Oh, well, we went 2 running backs. I think we're talking about the same guy.
Talking about stacking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So Devontae.
Yeah.
To stack.
Alrighty. And so
I think single stacking Hurts is fine. I don't think you need a.
Because Goddard is fine.
Yeah.
He's more of a best ball tight end than a redraft tight end, but he's still going in the same range as guys that I just prefer to have.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not getting a lot of Hurts anyways.
I hate every time I don't get George Kittle. Honestly, I hate every time I don't get George Kittle.
I'm actually surprised that I haven't gotten more of him. He's right around like 14%, which is obviously overweight, but
that team has 5
for the amount of times in my head that we've gotten the back end of the 1-2 turn, the fact that we have less than 20% is pretty surprising. That's what I'd say.
I think I have more than that on mine.
Right.
On here.
I have way more on underdog because he was going the 5th round for a while on underdog. Yeah. But DraftKings wise, he's always been at the 3-4 turn essentially.
That guy has 6 wide receivers.
All right.
Like that is the old
well, we need receiver.
Yes.
And I think there's a
Couple.
name.
There's a couple.
Well, yeah, but there's one that's just way more interesting to me.
I think Cam really like.
I'm all in.
I think yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't know that I'm as far all in.
I don't that, and that's what I said in
he's
our.
gone, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, well, it's fine. We have an abundance.
I wonder though. Debo's an interesting name now. We're not going to go him here, but
Yeah,
I would probably go Jacoby.
the problem is a Terry move just will make him rise, and I already. Even if Terry was not on the team, I'm not in love with 64 for him.
Right.
And he's only going to go higher.
But he's interesting at 64 before he rises, I think. If you're going to get some of him, now is the time to do it, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, Rome, I said, like, I think Emery likes him, but he wouldn't put him as high as I ended up making a stand in the rankings.
Right.
But I just think it's a realistic outcome that even with DJ Moore, he still is a top 24 wide receiver. Like, that is in the range of outcomes. Then just imagine DJ Moore going out. It's just wide open. I think that the rookies of Loveland and Burden have more of an impact on DJ Moore than Roman Dunze.
Sure. I think Rome is pretty steady. Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
And he was number 2 in the NFL in air yards last year as a wide receiver 3 on his team in a bad offense. And a lot of uncatchable passes, top 12 in red zone targets, only caught 3. So it's I'm just in. Especially as a wide receiver 4, which is the majority of the shares that we have.
Well, that's actually why I'm okay with Jacoby Meyer, because most of my shares with him are wide receiver 4, and he's pretty safe across the board.
Yeah, he's
in my
basically
opinion.
stayed at the exact same spot all summer long, and we're completely fine with him.
Him, and then Stephon is also a guy you could get right there that I wouldn't be mad about. I like him more than I like Chris Olave. I like him more than Jordan Addison for sure. Debo. Jerry Judy.
Judy. Kind of the similar thing we said about Malik Neighbors, but probably way
Shakur. More. Okay, another one. I'd probably take him over. Shakur's the first one though that I question, but I'd still take him over him.
You would take Shakir over Myers?
No,
other way.
The other way.
Oh yeah.
Him and Diggs, I would have above Shakur
because Shakir's not a red zone guy. He's just
right.
Not.
And he gets poached. That's so high. Holy hell. Like, I'm okay with the 80s, guys, but goodness gracious.
Literally last week he was 95. And he's jumped 2 rounds in a week.
Well, that's what happens when Chris Godwin just, is old.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple reporters say, like, if there is just one name of any of the 32 that they can't stop hearing, it's Emeka Egbuka.
I mean, we like Emeka Egbuka, but he is just in such a great situation. Like, that's just, it's hard to beat. Travis Hunter's
Jalen McMillan, who's a way worse version, or not even the same version, but a way worse receiver prospect than him, averaged 14 to 16 points when Chris Godwin went down in stretches last year.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he won some showdowns. Won some showdowns. What game was that? That was that the Falcons game when they scored like
not the one that we were
freaking out about.
Walk off Kadero Hodge.
That was crazy, dude. The game was nuts. Ricky goes at 77.
That was the one where we were like Sterling Shepard was our tournament play at 400. He's caught a touchdown, and then he just kept getting overthrown. But Baker was just on one, except for his former college teammate. It's like, oh, well, okay.
We don't have a tight end.
Yeah. I would, and again, this is still reflects in our rankings. If it had to come down to one, I'd rather have Hawkinson over.
Agreed.
Kelsey.
Agreed. Yeah.
Is that what you want to do on this one, or do you want to roll the dice?
Well, let's go look at the other teams. Hurry.
Mixon doesn't fall at all in this draft.
None of them have tight ends, so
okay.
So I guess
we gotta go now. Yeah, I feel very safe about that.